Yo, what is up tonight, guys? We are doing a brief live stream tonight. Running Factory 57, pretty casual. And yeah, it's just seeing who we meet, having chats. And we're just going to jump straight into it. I'm not even sure what servers I'm connected to tonight. But I'm a little under the weather. We'll see how this starts out. So this could be super rough. Yeah, I think tonight we are just going to run some Factory 57s. You know, just have a look at. I've just been running this now for like a couple of weeks straight. Trying to just talk through what I'm doing. You know, might get lucky with some angles and some movement and see what sort of action we get. The event is now over on customs, so it could bring a stack of players back in, and we're back fighting the Chads, which should be interesting. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But it's been super good the last couple of weeks. We've had some really good come-ups. We've rolled with the punches. And we're just rocking a 5-7, just a basic kit. And just think I just want to show like just new players, you can just run the same kit over and over. Really good way to get into the game. And even for those that are more experienced, like just running a 5-7, running whatever you're comfortable with, really, and just getting into it and just practicing it, looking back at what you've done wrong, and just improving. You know, PvP, angles, movement, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, hopefully the matching times aren't too bad. I might have gone back to OCE servers by look at the ping. We have been running a little bit of Singapore lately, which is just different. Sometimes I'm just not feeling the vibe on a server, I'll jump over to Singapore with the rest of the Aussies. And the guys on those servers don't seem to appreciate that sometimes. We've had some funny interactions. But yeah, tonight, I don't know what's going to happen. It's a crazy thing with Factory. I think the more you play it, the less nervous you get. Like, going into it, I remember when this used to be sweaty palm, but you just run in and roll with it and see what happens. The raids can just absolutely swing either way. I think it is going to take a little bit of warming up tonight. But I'm probably going to run a short stream, maybe like an hour. But yeah, pretty much I've just been running this for 3 weeks back to back. Just working on my own skills, really. It's been really good. And I'm hoping I can show that to some other guys. Hopefully it reflects, but we'll see what happens. Man, I'm just out for a good time tonight, I think. This spawn, I normally just hit offers like straight up. I'll be competing with another player here for it. Yeah, he's coming up. Alright, now aim is not starting great tonight, so we're going to start moving, loosen things up a bit. Now, when you've sort of carried on like that, it is best just to really get out of that spot. It's a big thing in this game is like, once you've shot, people know where you are, and Skybridge is super common. So I know that pistol guy is still down there. He seems like he's handled himself on that scab okay. I'm pretty sure that was down here. It might have been forward audio. It's a little bit risky, but... I think he's over the other side. I don't think... Alright, we do have a player down in there. This might be a scab that parked himself up down here. But I heard shots, so it could be a player. Ah. Alright, we got a player in there. I was absolutely cocking my right wrist there for a sec. Alright. We got one. Now, if I don't get grenaded here. So yeah, pretty much we'll just loot this guy and get out. I've got a new headset, which has been awesome this week. It has really helped with audio. We've only taken one player, so I'm sort of just listening for audio while I'm reloading here at the moment. It's kind of a good chance. You never want to just like jump on a body, but normally with factory, people are here for a fight, especially this point in the what. So on saying that, I normally don't get into pain meds straight away, but pain meds, you don't get broken legs and be hobbling around, right? So you want to get into that. Yep, so we got a classic little shotgunner. And we will dash this guy's gear, I think. I don't need this stuff, so we'll stash it for him so the scabs don't get it. There's another footstep down here. Oh. There you go, buddy. I'll drop this stuff off for you. I'm super rusty starting today. Yeah, not a bad little start. Little warm up there. Boom. Oh, I got cold hands, man. It's warm where I am, but I just feel like you gotta like warm up and get into it. Yeah, I don't know what he did. I think he went in there, was reloading, chilling out. Was sort of fortunate. That hole is not one to hang around. Terrence, GG's, man. You're in a hard spot. Yeah, the scavs all over you down there. And I'm pretty lucky I got a bullet through the fence there as well. The cool thing with presets is you can get straight back in, which is awesome. It's really quick. You don't want to be like tonight, I've only got a short night. I want to do as many raids as I can. You don't want to be wasting loads of time in your stash. So really, like I run a 5.7. I'm super comfortable with it. You saw how far I shot like that a player out with that there pretty easily. He also had no armor on it. I don't think he had any armor on. But yeah, you're not going to go in with like half-loaded mags and all this kind of rubbish. So it is I have weird ammo in my gun at the moment. Yeah, we're done. I've run some keybinds. Like I've just got 5 for heavy bleeds and a Salewa. Not going to forget my keys. I've got everything. You don't have to worry about food and water straight away. And then you can just jump back in. And you're just getting into raids and raids and raids. And, you know, you're just getting into raids back to back. You're not wasting time in stash. And it's just way more time to practice a little bit, do a little bit more PvP. I think being comfortable, like moving around a map. Man, I always feel like we need a counter tonight. We got 1 raid, 1 kill, and 1 extract. Not a bad start. We're gonna see what the guys are up to. Get some peeps in. Where are we at? OBS. Man, we need to get some people in for a chat tonight. What's going on, Leachy? Bully. And we're hitting up live right now. Yeah, sorry. I was letting a couple of people know that I'm in tonight. But yeah, we're going to run another one. These raids have been a little bit quiet midweek. Like that one, we had 1 player, but normally within Factory, you kind of get a feel, and you get more and more used to it the more raids you play. That's why I sort of rate it. The more you play it, you'll start to develop like more game sense. And Factory is really good for that in terms of listening to movement, reacting to it. And then you can apply that to the bigger maps. There's so much dead space. But in those more like CQB scenarios that I was really rubbish at, it really helped me make decisions really quick. And that's kind of like the conclusion. Like the end point is that you get really snappy at decisions. I think that makes you a better player, but it's like everything that leading up to that, you know, there's so many smaller skills and it can be so overwhelming when you start Tarkov that this is a way that you can eliminate all those variables. Like you wear the same kit, you do the same map, you learn in the same thing, you've got that extract, and you just learn, rinse and repeat. And then you can sort of go, okay, I understand the dynamics. Like I know how gunplay works. I know how movement works. The mechanics feel, okay, I might try a different gun or try something else. Like don't get into trying to build guns and do all this stuff. I think those benefits are more significant when you've got the foundations down pat. But you just want to be starting basic and not like overwhelm yourself and, you know, feel like you're losing all this crazy awesome gear. This spawn I usually really like, and normally how I've always played this historically is I jump this and check there, and I'll listen here for a sec. This new headset has been awesome. So there's metal up there, which I kind of think is a scav. And there's no spawn here, so we keep moving. Yeah. So do you have a gunshot start in a sec? The scavs have all spawned. There should be normally another spawn way down in that corner. Yeah, there he is there. So there we got a pistol runner. Normally I'll do a quick little flash down here. We're good. This one, I think it's a pistol runner, so I feel like I'm kind of matched a bit the same. Right. But I don't know where he is. So second you start any dropped off shots, especially in factory, people are going to start heading in your direction. You really want to start like making a move pretty quick because they're going to start coming down your way pretty soon. So we're just going to do another audio check. These raids feel a bit quiet, but that can sort of be your undoing as well. So we've got a full auto and a shotgun down there. So it's going to be a little bit of a bigger player. We can take it under the tunnels and keep going, which we'll probably do. And probably at this sort of point, you're going to start looking at taking a pain med because you know you're going to come into contact pretty soon. So a pain med is going to, if you get hit in the legs without a pain med, you basically lose half your speed running around. I'm basically going to do a big loop around here. With this map. And I'm always just sort of stopping for an audio cue. You know, I know there's 2 players on the go, which might just have a quick look up here. Yeah, so what I might do here is basically you kind of want to cover all bases, right? I don't want to get shot from every angle, so I know my back's pretty good here. I don't like going out this door. So we're going to start shifting around a bit. We're going to go take officers. There's probably somebody, generally with officers, you're going to get a player camped up in this corner in here. Yeah, this stairwell's pretty sort of dangerous, so go wary. And the other one too is don't be poking your head out these windows because the guys down here will take it clean off. So stairwell's pretty risky. I've got no cover. I'm wary of this play down here. I'm checking up here at the rafters quickly. So I'm going to do is a quick flash peek. There's no one there. Now, what I might do is actually take this bathroom. You can get up to spots like this and get a little cheeky angle down there while we get another audio check. I'm going to shut that door behind me. He's just very quiet. So we've either got some people having a little camper-rooney up on Skybridge up here. I think we've just got our first footstep. There's usually generally something like there's been 2 players. There's something up here or in Skybridge. It's a really hard little position to take sometimes because they're kind of looking straight over the top here. I have tried to do this run jump thing before. It's really a bit slow there. Skybridge is okay. We might get a camper up in the rafters. Nope. Alright, so that extract door's open. Still think there's a player, unless they left. But this is going to get pretty boring if it's like that, so... I know this is pretty clear, because I've just cleared that. We're just going to grab a little bit of juice while we're here. Occasionally here you get the odd biddy. Flash drive, egg... I've got to take a little bit of money, right? We are just going to skedaddle. Now, gate 3 is super dangerous, which is the extract over here. But like 130k, you can just get your hands on. Whoa! He really take those bullets today. Like I said, we are warming up. A full set of 5.7 there. That was appalling. Yeah. Really bad start though. But yeah, we might get a bit more aggressive on the next one. We've had that one felt really quiet. I think a player's got in and they've either gone and camped gate 3. That's the only thing to watch out with factory is it can get a little bit like gate 3 is notorious. You've watched any YouTube video, anything, it's one to watch out for. People sitting there. They still do at this point in the wipe. A couple of guys have jumped in afterwards and had a chat. I had a laugh. Good on them. But it's one to always watch. You can go and buy the factory exit key off the flea market, and check out Wiki. There's 3 exits, which are all a hell of a lot safer. So it's always good. You know, the aim of the game is to survive and get out, and that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, tonight, for those who tune in, we are literally just running pistol runs, same gear, sort of trying to show some new viewers a way to tackle factory and really get a handle on Tarkov and not sort of get overwhelmed at the same time. I've been running this same kit for about 3 weeks, on and off. I'm not running any big raids at the moment. I've just really been wanting to run factory, just for the PvP. But like I've shown here, we are in and back out a raid. Yeah, I'm in here for 20 seconds, throw some insurance on, and get back in. A lot of guys question insurance, like, why are you insuring it? It's factory. This armor at this point in the wipe, it's level 4 all over. It's good for doing this. And you're going to meet less higher calibers, like taking class 5s and class 6s is like a bit OTT. It's a bit overkill. You see stuff about take your best gear at factory, and it's not really like super needed, and you're going to get this back every time. Like the only thing that you are paying for out of this is probably the pistol and the ammunition, and I'm still getting headsets back half the time, which is, yeah, I seem to get headsets back a lot, and I'll get my face mask back, which is like 30k. I don't think a lot of guys know the true value of some stuff on the flea. So you'll get a lot of stuff back. Like when you buy a kit, it's like, oh, it's 200k every time. It's $1 million in 5 raids. Really, it's a fraction of that. Like it's the 5.7 that I might be losing, and yeah, that's some bolts, or it's nothing when it really boils down to it. And I think that's where a lot of players go wrong. So they're putting a kit together, like, well, this is $250,000 that I've got on the line, which is not a lot in this game. I've only got so much money. I don't want to burn through it. You're going to get a lot back on insurance, especially with factory. This point in the wipe, like early wipe, might be a little bit more different. People might scav it a bit more, but yeah, more often than not, you're going to get this sort of stuff back. This point in the wipe, definitely, it is an awesome time in the wipe to get in and just run some factory. Wipes come up in August. So now is a really good time if you've never been super confident. When I was a solo player, predominantly a solo player, and I sort of started a bit more passive. I wasn't like an FPS shooter or a COD fiend, never played any of those games. So I was a bit more passive. I was a bit slower in my playstyle, but that's good, and it'll take you like so far in Tarkov. You can still do a lot of things. I can play passive and do quests on woods, that sort of thing. But I found that I really started to struggle with resort quests and stuff like that. I wasn't good at CQB, and I wasn't good at engaging fights and that sort of thing. I sat still, and sitting still in fights can commonly be your undoing. So this has been really awesome for that. I really just I would do spawns. I would come off a spawn the same way, follow the same path. If something didn't work, I would change that tactic, and then yeah, when I've come out of forklifts, I've got the same route every single time. And I think that's where people start to really, you hear map knowledge on like Pesley's videos and Airwing and Jesse and everyone else. It's like map knowledge. But I think the biggest thing about it is you learn a map, and you do the spawns and the stashes and all that sort of thing. But when you're new and you're trying to learn a map and play the game, and you've brought all these other variables in, like different guns and different armor, if you've got less things to worry about, you can just focus on learning the map and which routes you should be taking and that sort of thing, and just developing like an overall game sense. And yeah, hopefully can get some more runs here. We'll see how we go. This spawn I don't particularly enjoy, but what I've been doing is running it the same way every time, which is straight down this hole. All right, so those scavs sprinting over here means that there's a bot player, unfortunately, which means there is probably a player in here who... Maybe not. See, that scav's out here. Right, we got a game. We are on like Donkey Kong. They did not just kill each other. Ah. What happened to this guy? This fight's definitely still in here. So he got lit. I do not know what he was doing. Oh! I'm out of ammo. Oh. So what I really should have done there is reload the bag. I got a bit confident on that one. All right, we got action. We are in. Cool, good shot. What? Okay. That's why that was being weird down there. I never normally see a scav down that far. Hey, another 5-7 runner. Awesome. Yeah, there's a couple of guys out here doing it. This is good. If I would have played that again, I kind of pushed up pretty quick in there. My aim was horrible in that run. But where we sort of came up and under, we got, you know, 2 guys in a gunfight. The other one fell back to heal into that back room. I had exhausted a stack of ammo out of those couple of mags. So really what I could have done there is fully disengaged out of that fight because he hasn't got a lot of places to go. We could have stacked some mags, maybe gone back under and got back in the staircase and peeked up again and reuse that spot once again. But this is our warm-up, man. All right, like I was saying, with insurance, this is an example of 5-7 runs. Like, you are gonna get stuff back. You do not need to fret at all. The only thing that gets pocketed, a couple of 5-7s, not to worry. But yeah, running presets is, like I've been saying, super awesome. Like, we've gone through, we're not trying to find new stuff. We're on the same gear. We know everything we've got. It's in the same little spot, same pre-keys. Only thing to sometimes watch is, you know, it's worth just topping your armor up. This stuff falls apart pretty quick. It's not great at repairing. And man, I almost loaded the wrong map. Let's go again. Yeah, I'll chuck insurance on. Money is so easy to make now. you know, there's still times where I'll throw music on and do woods runs. And I'll probably do a night run and just get a car extract, fill up a loot bag, and, 10 minutes you're out, cash it in, run again, you're good. Yeah, if you guys have got any questions, son, definitely throw them out. I want to hear, like, what you players are looking at, what worries you've got. I think I've got about 1,200 hours, so I still recall all the new stuff that I was learning, but yeah, super enjoy the game now. This is helping out a lot with PvP. I'm trying to work on my mouse sensitivity at the moment. I have a brand new mouse pad, and my mouse is a lot more slippy, so I think I'm overcompensating a smidge. But I'm sort of slowly turning it down every couple of days, and just adjusting rather than doing like one big chunker. Yeah, TwitchCon on the weekend. Got to watch John B play, which was a wicked set. His glasses are in the game. I didn't even know who he was until I saw him playing with the Overlord Nikita himself. And yeah, he runs some really cool tracks. Where at now? 3 raids, 1 kill, 2 extracts. I think that was our first fall over. It's kind of quiet, but I think it's going to pick up. But yeah, I think we are going to work on. Man, I need to get some videos.
Девка ебаная! Где парика? А, блядь, семись! Ебашки парика! Вылезай, да, козёлы нахрен, вылезай! Вот. Вон он, сука! fucking asshole! Weapons ready! Go, go, go! I'm leading. Let's go! Cover me! Drop them! Send them some lead.
Just stay focused, guys.
Kill you all, bastards! Give up.
Hello, testing. Yep, back in. Yeah, just played a lot of solo when I first started. I think I've had my mic on mute for ages, which is rookie error. Yeah, so tonight we're just running straight 5-7 runs in factory. We've had a couple of duos. We have had a couple of decent players we've taken down. We've been a third-party by Tigilla one too many times. But yeah, if you guys got any questions tonight, throw them in the chat. Go for it. Yeah, we are just going to run this kit. Let's see how we go. This spawn I've never been a massive fan of, but normally I run the same kind of run every time, is that I'll hit this office straight up. This is probably not the best staircase to run for. More often than not, I've been whipping this. I'm going to do a quick audio check. Don't hang around this hole for too long because there is normally a spawn down here too. Now, I would rather hear the other guy should be stomping in here by now, so we're just going to run up this end. Normally the scavs will start spawning in a sec, but we should have some players up and down here. There's a little bit of rubber banding. So generally you've got a spawn out over here, one out over in med tents, and one or two down here. So we're just going to wait for a bit of an audio cue. We're pretty covered here. This... I normally don't advise peeking around these holes too much. What we might do is we will go for a little stroll down here quickly. That door's open, so we've got a player out. Right. So a player has popped out. He hasn't gone for scavs yet. So we're just going to wait for an audio cue really quick. Vinny Cheese, yo. What's going on? Yeah. This, so like I said, this one has definitely come out to play. I might just, yeah. That's a scav down there, I think. We do have a pain med on. So what we might just have a quick slap up. You can always get a little cheeky shot down in here. I'm yet to make this shot any day, but it's always good for a little, you know, you can third party, have a look in here. This, I think there is something happening down here. That door has got me interested. So we'll just have a quick look down here. Don't think. So what I might play this one is we'll just go down here quickly and have a quick gander. Just going to check for a quick audio cue. Yeah, so we've got a player in here, or possibly a scav if there was a bot. So we do have movement up in here, right there. He might be holding this angle from down here. We could try and like run up and race around like this. So what's probably better is we might start down here with him. We've got a little bit of distance, which I'm generally a bit more comfortable with. So he's probably going to hold this angle. Might be a scav. It's not moving a hell of a lot. Yeah, scav. This might be a little bit of a dead race. Ah, hey man, sorry. So a big thing with Tarkov is audio. So when I was down here before, and it's probably bad I've got a better headset on, but you can hear footsteps and you can hear pivots like this. So when you move like this, you pivot and you make a noise. It's pretty common with scavs that if people are maybe following you, sometimes the better thing is to WASD and run sort of a circle. You can spin like this. This doesn't, people can hear your footsteps now. This used to be dead silent, I think. But yeah, a huge part of this game is waiting for audio cues. Now, so generally, like whenever you you might be clearing a few corners, you'll stop and always just stop and listen, man. So that scav I've just heard move again. Plus in game, you've got these headsets, right? These will give you better hearing in game. So, generally you always see someone with a headset as a minimum, and they just give you a bit more range to hear things. So we'll finish clearing this out super quick. I think we've hit a little bit of a dead raid here. So I'm not going to bore you with like trying to loot and do things. We might see it together, we might not. If you are at factory, there is a little bit of loot down here. You've got tech crates here. You do have maybe some loose ammo cruising around. There's sometimes a grenade box in here. It's worth a check out. I think, there's a grenade box there. We will just have a quick look. This one has been really, really quiet. So we might just have a quick look in med tents before we go. And then we'll just reset. Yeah, man. If you got any, generally hit me up some questions. You guys played a lot? Okay, that door is usually open. Generally, this one I like to jump and have a look. And we'll just unlock and get out. Yeah. It's been a funny one tonight. It's been like, we had some really good raids tonight. I think I've had my mic on mute for ages, so I've been chatting to nothing. But yeah, man, like any questions, hit me up. But yeah, definitely with headsets, like there's a couple of things. Cool, man. Okay. So you're probably just starting out, Vinny? How many hours are you in? So I have always been a solo player, and I was the same as you, probably everyone else. I started with... Oh, hey, man, you were, of course. Yeah, Woods, I started the same. Like, and it probably sounds like you're a solo player. I was solo. I played stacks of solo. And generally, I started with like a VPO215 I was a fan of. They're super cheap. I still use them every now and then. Fresh off the boat, 15 hours. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. So I think last time we speak, have you picked up, have you started working on, have you extracted? Tell me you've extracted, baby. Come on. All right, presets, and we'll run again. Yeah, Woods, I was the same. I was a lot more passive. I probably played the same style when I first started, and yeah, it's really good. Especially when you're first starting, you get a feel of a lot more of the basic mechanics, but probably what I would say is like keep running the same kit. Go to Woods is good that obviously around Sawmill near the water is a really big spot and there's bosses there. USET camp is pretty close quarters. Yeah, and Woods is known for that. Like, especially now in the wipe, you get a lot more. You can go around. You can get some good loot. You can use the car extract. You can get out. It's a little bit more freer on the outskirts. And I still run Woods for stash runs, man. Every now and then, learn a couple of stashes, learn them bit by bit. And get some loot out and start piece by piece. But yeah, like I said, Woods is really good. Just for like basic mechanics, looting, getting a feeling for scavs, stuff like that. Especially like 15 hours in, you know what I mean? Like you literally got wiki open every raid, right? Still got it in. I think the biggest thing, like, yeah, like you die, but I think movement is so big in this game, like audio. And the biggest thing I recommend is play woods, get in there, run around, have a look. But, you know, have a kit ready to go so you just boom straight back in raid every time. This game is about surviving and doing quests and stuff, but like the deaths come with it. It's not like a game you die a lot. You hear that, and I think what you learn is when you start dying but you're in the fights or you had an angle and you just get unlucky, you know, you're slowly improving back. Yeah, man, get up. And that's what it's about. Like, woods is really good that you can place it, and that's a benefit of solo, especially against stuff like teams and things like that. I have not had this spawn for a long time. It's going to throw me one. You can get some really good play-ups, and I suppose Factory with a pistol is kind of similar in that. So here we're just going to sit and listen for some audio cues kind of quick. The pistol of Factory is like the sniper of woods, I guess. Like, anything can happen depending how you want to play. It's probably a horrible metaphor, but you heard it here first, right? So here I'm kind of listening. I'm not hearing anything. So I might just shift up a little bit. Now, as much as I can hear people, they can hear me too, so. But what we're going to do is, there's not a lot happening here yet. So we might go with our normal game plan. Take a little painkiller. And we might hit up to the rafters quickly. This sounds really quiet, and we are crazy low on water, so I did see a drink down the bottom. So what I'm concerned about is there should have been there's a spawn here, a spawn in that corner, and there's another spawn up there. That sounds like stairs. This is probably a scav. Yeah, just scavs. Yep. So like with anything, especially like even if you're just playing woods, man, Factory, you got to move pretty quick. Once the gunshots go off, everyone's got to come looking. Load. Whoa. That is that spawn I was talking about before. Yeah, god damn. Oh, that was hurting. Lychee! Hey, man. That is where I just went against my own advice. So we had a spawn in there. He obviously camped in there out for a bit. And I didn't have a painkiller in, so my legs were shot. But yeah. Whoa. That's what a second shot was. With the 338, this is a big boy. He's coming in to do some of his quests. GG's. So let's run this again. Oh, dude, this is the game, man. So you get guys with big snipers come in. There's a quest where you've got to kill 5 players without dying. And they generally start out in Factory and try and get like 2 or 3. But this is a prime example. You think it's a quiet raid, these servers always fill up. So there were people in those spawns, and I sort of blew it off. And he third-partied me, which absolute sweet play by him. That was the right thing to do. Yeah, Vinny. Run a preset. Like, we're going to go here. Like, you're just presetting. You getting in and out of raids so quick. You're not playing in here, playing with all the stash and all the gear. We can just get straight in. I've got a bit of a wild stash at the moment because we have a fair bit of gear from other raids. But we got a 5.7, you know, this. We're just going to buy these quickly. Boom, purchase everything. And we are ready to mingle. We just got to get a little food and water, and then we are good to go. I'm just going to rush this, get a little of that. See if there's anything kicking around in here still. Eat that. Drink a little of that, and we're good to go. But yeah, if you're just running, like I said, basic kit, that's what we're trying to do is just, and that's how I've gotten better at just building like a game sense. And a super cool thing to do is, if you got an NVIDIA graphics card, one thing I started doing like a couple of 100 hours in as I started recording like deaths and things like that. Sometimes you don't know how you died and you can't see it in game. But when you play it back, you can see where you went wrong or what angle they got you from. And the next time you go, you need to double check that spot. I suppose when they talk about map knowledge, that's something they may or may not like touch on a lot, but the more you play it and go and go and go, you are learning where people can get from on those spots to check, those blind spots, to always keep checking, and then you just start checking them out naturally. Nice, man. Yeah. Like when I first ran, like it is cool too. And some people describe Tarkov, it's like a bit of a sandbox. Like you load in, you can extract, but what you do between like those 2 points in time, and it's completely up to you. You can do quests, you can run around like a madman. Yeah, and you can go and stalk and hunt players, and it's super fun. It's a really common practice on woods. Sawmill is probably like the predominant, like there's a lot of known spots on Sawmill that you'll pick up that you probably won't go and sit because a lot of people know people sit there. But you're sort of looking for those cheeky spots, and you'll get to learn how players move, what they're doing. You know, especially if you're sort of like standing over certain loot boxes and stuff like that. A really cool spot if you're doing that is sitting outside of USEC camp. There's a black ute in USEC camp with a black gearbox on the back, and if you get a spawn in there kind of early, you can sit back from it in the bushes like a couple 100 meters and get some pretty cool kills like that if you're sort of playing that kind of game. But you want to sort of, if you're playing that, you're sort of getting around those high loot areas where a player's got a reason to stop or something like that. I did it when I was learning, but I'd also recommend, like, if I did it again, like getting into a little bit of CQB and this factory style stuff is quite good. You know, especially if you're probably still hate taking out really good gear and stuff like that. There's no need to take out really good gear. Just play with what you're comfortable with. I think the most important thing in this game is like the ammunition that you've got. You know, has it got that pen to get through? If you're not going for headshots, you've got a bit of a chance. Level 5 armor is way more common this wipe. Level 4 was a lot more common, but level 5 is a lot easier now. So you want an ammo that can kind of punch a bit, or the best you can get. But even PS, man, like you got PS in a standard AK, it's gonna punch through, and that's pretty standard. But I think once you unlock Flea, man, you'll be able to even purchase like PP for the 7.62 is pretty good. A really good kit in your position at the moment is have a look at the SKSs. They were the bread and butter when I started out. I've still got friends running them all the time. The recoil on the SKS, for whatever reason, is crazy low. And statistically it's not, but how it feels is awesome. It's awesome for woods. I still run it now. And they're a really cheap build. But even a standard SKS, just run that. If you don't want to get into modding and all that stuff, even though you can do a SKS pretty cheap. Another really cool thing you check out is barter trades with Mechanic is also really good for the SKS. All right. So here you sort of just stopping. Yeah. So there's a player up here. We just got a footstep. So he knows. He might be coming down here, actually. Definitely a player up there. Yeah, man. Thanks for dropping in, Paulie, dude. For sure. Yeah, good luck, dude. Probably got a smoke break. Alright, let's try this again. I think we've got a player up here, so we're going to be a little bit mindful of that. But it's crazy quiet again. I haven't heard the metal door. Normally if you see players peeking behind those glass, it really stands out. I don't really want to run this angle this time. So we might just keep hitting the tunnels for a little bit. I'm just waiting to get a little sound of something going on, but she might be a little quiet. Yeah, SKS you can put on like a Valde, just any basic scope, dude. They're absolutely fine. A lot of the scopes are a lot cheaper now, especially if you've got access to Flea. But an SKS is awesome. I don't think I've done any shorts yet with an SKS in it. Every time I say it's quiet, I know there's players. We just have players that might be playing a little more on the passive side. We're sort of clearing down here quickly. Oh god, what am I doing? I don't like going out this door. I never have. There is another spawn over here. There we go. Boom. Sitting right there. Wow, I haven't had one sitting there before. GG's. God, I copped that straight to the dome. Him again. Same player. So this guy is doing his quest for sniper kills. That was an XMC, so that's why it probably just clapped me straight in the chest. Good job, man. Oof. Yep. Yeah, so this is the biggest sniper rifle you can get in the game. There's not a lot that's going to stop it. If one of these touches you in the thorax, it's all over. I haven't seen that for a while. Just been good. Yeah, Vinny. Dude, if you're still on, man, I'll run one. We might have a quick look at one. But I will show you a really cool way that I used to purchase them. The good thing about the SKS is that, you know, especially if you start with shooting, you just tap, 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 tap. You can put a 35 round mag in it, which is really good. Get a lot of shots out really quick. You know, you can run the factory 10, but a 35 is kind of good because you can just shoot as quick as you can click. So generally when I started out, like I was like you, other cool guns I really like single shooters was the SAG AK. So it's a single shooting AK round. The AK ammo is kind of more predominant. I find you find stuff like BP and things like that a hell of a lot easier. But we'll see what kind of SKS builds are sitting here. Here we go, the SKS Final King. Yeah, so I used to run not this scope a lot of the time, is something like, which is super popular now, is, where is it? It's called a Valde. Boom, something like this. Yeah, this was awesome. You know, you buy, and the base of it is you got a barter trade. The recoil is nothing on this gun. It feels so good. There's a couple of other guys streaming who play it a lot, but if you have, you won't, I don't know if you'll have this, I'm not sure what level this barter trade opens up at, but you used to be able to get this barter trade here for a couple of weapons parts. It just puts in a little bit better stock and that sort of thing. The ergo is generally really high still, so the ergo impacts how quick it like whips up. You don't want to go in with a really low ergo. Yeah, I think this opens up really early, man, to be honest. And I'm not sure how much weapon parts are at the moment, but maybe like 3, so 75, which is not horrible, but to be honest, they're probably half built SKS sitting on the flea that you can get into. But yeah, it's definitely one to try, and just keep running it over and over and see what you think. If you got access to the flea, you can buy a PP ammo, which is fairly decent. You know, if you're sort of doing a slow play, like maybe you just need 10 rounds at a time, take a spare mag, and you just, like I do, you'll see guys always put the spare ammo down here, so you don't want to like drop a load of ammo out really quick. Yeah, it's a super awesome one to run. Yeah, definitely try it, man, and let me know. Cool. We might just run one more for good measure, and then I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. But yeah, definitely all the guys who have dropped in, thanks for stopping in. Have a look. All right. All right, let's get it. All right, let's see if we can find Whale. Where are you, Whaley boy?
Сдохни, тварь!
Boom. Yep. GG's, let's play right there. I think read that for maybe 45 seconds, unfortunately. Factory Jella, GG's, man. Oof. Oof. That's chunky boy. That would have been a hard go. Yeah, so playing out in the open, that spot is super rough sometimes. I sort of heard guns fire out there and should have really been up in those rafters. Guys, I think on that we might wrap it up. And thanks for everyone who's dropping in. Thanks for the support. We'll probably run another stream at some point this week, around the same time. Yeah, we're still going to run the 5-7. Tonight was a little bit quiet. It wasn't like full action packed, so it sort of made there's a lot more slow play trying to hear for audio tells and stuff like that. Yeah, we've had a lot of different players. There's a lot more geared players coming in. I think the event has come over, which has been awesome. It's made the gunfights a little bit more wild, but we might give that another run. Actually, I'm gonna give it one more. But yeah, like I said, super recommend like get in, run your same presets over and over. But yeah, if you guys have got any questions, feel free to throw them out. But yeah, we've just been running this for most of the week and it's been awesome. We got our John Here achievement, which was wicked. So we got our 4 PMC kills in a raid. I'm feeling confident on this flavor. Yeah, run your preset, boom, you are straight back in and just getting into raid quick as possible. But yeah, can't recommend the presets enough. They're really good. It was an awesome thing that came out in the last couple of wipes, especially just to get players in and just playing more and more and more. Just to get that experience. So get out of stash, just get into raid. Oh. But I think we've got a lot more Tagilla hunters coming in as well. Plus, generally, we'll start getting some guys running some kit. Come into wipe, they'll start bringing out a lot of the stuff that they held back on the whole wipe, which makes these fights really fun as well sometimes. I really want to hunt down WoW. Hopefully we get him in this raid. It'd be awesome. This one we're going to keep it a lot tighter and not be out in the open. Because we got some boys doing Psycho Sniper. Right. That's it. I haven't had many come down the glass hallway. Right. We're gonna run this one like normal. So normally this one I'm always the same. So we're gonna run this kind of the same. Right, we need to go find a backpack ASAP. Should not be sending one up here. So we got a scav down there. Ooh, that made me jump. So what I might do here quickly is we're going to drop a quick pain med. And we are going to go check that out. Alright, so they're occupied with that fight right now, right? So what we might try and do is get down here as quick as we can. And the way I want to try and play this is down here in the holes. This player, ugh, I know where he is. Rubber banding. I think he's tucked up just in here. He might have gone for extract. Didn't hear him run for that extract though. So I might just sit and wait for an audio cue. I definitely didn't drop him. So I kind of want to see what's going to happen, but I think we're going to have more players come over in a sec. I'm just going to put this mag in so I know what I've loaded it with. I think it's up. We might just check this play out. We'll run a glass hallway run. This is a pretty dopey play down here. This guy extracted. Bugger. Alright, that's alright. So I think there was a gunfight here. I just want to know who the other player was. So he might have been pretty hurt, and he decided to give that fight up. So I think we might just... We're on the rest of this raid. We might see if we can get a bag. No, we're not going to get a bag. All right. Let's run the rest and see what we get. I think the first guy left. No, we really need a bag now. All right. There is, too, if you do come down here, it's always good to check these grenade boxes. So we will take all of this stuff. We might use it back up here. There's a lot of footsteps just back there. Go back. They're really not letting up these bags today at all. We're just going to try and grab a quick bag. But then we'll extract out of here. So yeah, generally follow, like, we knew those footsteps, take a little bit of caution. You know, if you've got nades, use them. Alright, so we got Tagilla here. If we're gonna do Tagilla, and you think you've sort of got the map to yourself a little bit, that is a way better armor than what I've got at the moment. It's pretty chewed out, but it might save us a bit, so it's kind of cool you can play this on the fly a little bit. We're just going to top this mag up quick. We'll have one shot at Taggy. And then we're going to GG's. I would not sit out here in the open like this. This is pretty dumb. But this plate is probably going to do us a little bit better than what we've got going on. I'm pretty sure we've got this to ourselves for another minute or two. We have a flash, which is basically useless against Taggy. He's going to be sitting... Yeah, so he's right there. We might be able to get an okay angle on him up here, possibly. So what you can do is just jiggle peek your way around. I think he's sitting up over this other side here, to be honest. I'll see if we get noise cue off him. Generally with Tagilla, what you want to do is put enough rounds into him so he goes and heals. And then once he has healed, or once he's healing, but I've not had a good run with him tonight. So I want to try and get an angle. He does eventually shoot through up here. I wouldn't rate the rafters. We could try him from up here, actually. I'm being a little bit loose here because I don't think there's any other players. Jeez. We could try and take him from the tin shack, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, this is going to be sketch. Yep, I don't think we're going to make this. Alright, so with Taggy, if he can get a shot, he's tucked in there. If he can get a shot where he hasn't got his helmet to you, he'll heal and then you've got another chance. We're trying to take his leg there a bit. Yep, so generally with tag, you do not want to repeat. Alright. Oh. Come on. Alright, go, 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 go. Jesus, Scav, army! He's so hard with the pistol when he's on the chase. We made the right play and dodged past him, but we just had a Scav army pile in also. That was the death of us going in there. Oh, no, guys, might end it. And we'll run another one later in the week. We took a few out at the end though.